Thanks for staying with us. So we have a guest on the show this morning. Joining us, the Regional Manager, North, East, and West Africa, Lola Masha for Bolt. She will be speaking on the recently launched Global Safety Campaign on Bolt app. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
Thank
you. Tell us about this Global Safety Campaign that Bolt has just recently launched.
So Bolt is a global brand. We are in about 50 countries globally, and we realize that safety is one of our very top priorities.
Right.
And for us to be successful as a business, it's important that we prioritize the safety of both our riders and our drivers as well. Not simply just riders, but both riders and drivers. Bolt currently actually works with 150 million customers globally across the markets that we are in. In Africa, just as you said, we are in North Africa, West Africa, as well as in East Africa as well. Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda. Wow. And we are very excited about this campaign to continue to support and develop safety on the platform for both our riders and our drivers as well.
Right.
So your campaign announced that there is 100 million euro.
Yes.
That has been invested in safety, and I think people are curious about where exactly is this money going to. Can you elaborate on this huge investment? You know, where is the money being allocated? Why is Bolt investing so much money into safety?
It's a massive investment for us, and the reason why we've dedicated such huge resources to it is because it's a key priority for the business. It's going towards different parts of the business. It's going towards our product development to build new product features to ensure that our riders and drivers are safe. It's going into our marketing campaigns. You may have seen some of the billboards around town. It's going into different activities to also educate our riders and our drivers on the features that we have to protect them. Most people don't realize this, but there's over 500 people working at Bolt to ensure that every single ride that is taken is done safely and is done in a way that allows both parties to get back to their families in a safe fashion.
Okay, so how this campaign benefit riders and drivers in
Nigeria? In many ways. As you can imagine, when you book a boat ride, your key priority is to get home safely. And if that's not happening, guess what? You will not book the next boat ride. It's in our business interest to ensure that every single ride taken on the platform ends successfully, that there's no issue either on the rider side or on the driver side as well. And so the way it benefits riders and drivers is there's a sense of comfort that you are protected, first of all, that the company is thinking about you as you take that ride, and that you can get home safely to your loved ones without any issues whatsoever. It also helps our drivers quite a bit because they earn a living working on Bolt. And it's important that as they go to work every day, they don't feel threatened and that they actually feel that they can conduct their business in a safe fashion.
Right.
What are some of these safety features, the specific safety features?
There are many features that Bolt has invested in to keep riders and drivers safe. The first is before you even book that ride, we've verified our drivers. Every single driver has been verified on the Bolt platform. We've also launched our rider verification to ensure that also drivers are comfortable with the riders that they select or that they pick on each ride. When you are on the ride, you can share your trip with your loved ones. There are parts of the app where you can decide to share the link to the trip with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends, so that they can also track how the trip is going and they can see if there are any issues along the way.
Right.
In addition to that, there are other features that we've developed while you're on the app. We have advanced trip monitoring that tells the driver and the rider, for example, if the ride has been stalled for a long period of time, we are aware of that and we can reach out and say, hey, are you okay? Is everything good or do you need help? And if you do need help, we actually have an emergency assist button that you can click, and that immediately goes to an emergency service response system that would take action and would check in on the trip to be sure that there's no funny business happening. Many users don't know about these features. So it's key that we keep educating riders that, look, you are safe, you are protected, and that you need to use these features as you take the ride and feel secure as you go on that ride on boat.
So different areas, different regions have unique safety issues. How do you therefore tailor safety measures in different regions based on where you find yourself? The north, east, and all the areas?
Yes, so just as I mentioned, we are a global brand, and because of that, each market is very unique. The one thing that we do very well at Bolt is we are a data-driven organization. We leverage data to make decisions on what makes sense for the business. And that leads into how we customize the application, what types of features that we build, what types of campaigns that we run. So the way that we tailor to each region is to look at what trends we are observing and to then use those trends to make a decision on how best to expand the product for that particular region. For example, I mentioned earlier that we have driver verification as well as rider verification. In some markets, it's actually more important to focus on rider verification. Yes. So we've pushed harder on rider verification than on driver verification. Other markets, it's the reverse, right? The important thing is we're thinking about safety of each party, both the rider and the driver, as they take that trip with us, as they go about their day-to-day activities.
There's been a few incidents of attack of, drivers by, customers who hail these cabs. What are the safety measures that you have put in this car, your system, to ensure that your riders can get help faster, as fast as possible?
So I want to state that the volumes of rides on the platform is tremendous. I mean, we support millions and millions of trips globally every single day, right? These safety incidents are they occur across all platforms, but they're also quite rare relative to the volumes of trips that we support on the platform. While we promote safety on the platform, we also want to be sure that we are educating our users on how best to assist, on how best to request help. As I mentioned earlier, we have an emergency response system such that when the driver or the rider feels unsafe during that trip, they're able to literally push a button, and that sends a message to an emergency system that then steps in very quickly to respond.
So finally, what message do you have for riders and drivers about safety with both platforms?
Yes. So the overall message is, first, is to appreciate all of our users, right, on the platform. We can't grow as a business without the support of either our riders or of our drivers. We see ourselves as a platform that supports collaboration across all stakeholders, and we want to appreciate their continued business with us. And also to make them realize that we are here, right, to ensure that every single trip is successful. As I mentioned earlier, we have over 500 people that are working behind the scenes.
Within Nigeria?
Globally,
okay.
But they support the platform, and that same platform is used in Nigeria as well.
Okay.
So globally, and this also means that we're bringing the best from global best practice to the Nigerian market.
Okay, so this is a totally off point question, but I know that people watching right now are wondering, is there any discounts for the season? Is Bolt going to be giving any form of discount, or is it like random? What is Bolt doing for people?
Yeah. Yes. No, we constantly have campaigns.
Okay.
We constantly have discounts. We constantly have bonuses that we give to our riders and to our drivers as well, to just appreciate their business and to encourage them to keep using Bolt. We are the top player in Nigeria, and we hope that with the support of our riders and drivers, we continue to remain #1.
Interesting.
Another totally off the, some drivers, you take some drivers, some Bolt drivers, or e-ride drivers, and then they say, we will not pay
off the meter.
Let's turn off the meter. What do you do in that case? Is there a number we can call when you get that, or text that this driver, I'm doing it, but,
So step #1, please do not do it.
Just because your safety is not
Because your safety is not assured. So when you take trips that are offline or that you negotiate with the driver, we cannot track that trip. You don't have access to all these features that I've just highlighted. You cannot inform us if something goes wrong. So you saving that 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, please think about it carefully before you agree with that driver with that. So that's step number one. Please, please do not engage in offline trips. Now, yes, to your question, you can report that directly to us. On the app, there is a place where you can actually report and give feedback to our team, and we take that extremely seriously.
Right.
There are things that we do to ensure that we prevent that type of behavior on the platform.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Speaking with the regional manager, Lola Masha. I didn't even mention your name earlier, Miss Lola Masha. Welcome. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. We're going to go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.